This is Eric Muathe at Muathe.com. Let's take a look at markets here for the second trading session for November 2020. Markets are called higher again. And we can see here, if we take a look at the semiconductor ETF, the SMH, in an attempt to figure out what the market is doing, we can use some little bit of imagination. And the first thing we're going to do here is let's go to the uniformity concept. And if you're not familiar with the uniformity concept, it's going to be in the description of this video. Now, let's take a look here. Let's go back. And we can see that this RSI movement begins this climb. And so the market is telling us that that was a critical area. So this entry here, this RSI movement. So what we do, we take that information and extend it out, which is what I call a uniformity line. Anytime you bounce on this line with uniform action, it tends to be the market telling you that that is where you find stability and support. Let's test that out a little bit, and we can see here there was a bounce. We tag that level on a daily closing basis. We can see that that corresponds with the daily closing low there. Now, over the last week or so, we've seen the market drop, and yet the market has come back. The market is very aware of this level. By the way, this is the daily chart, and this corresponds with the recent daily low. So again, a bounce on the line, and the RSI suggesting that this was going to lead to a bounce, and we've seen a bounce over the last couple of days. Now keep in mind the blue line is conveniently around that RSI setting of 38.2. So that is a meaningful area. Now mark here, I would suggest the market is very aware of these levels, and if the market is aware and responding to them, it's another way of saying that we can use them to identify areas on a chart where things could be changing, finding support, and so on. Now, I should point out, while I have this daily chart, it also means that as long as the market is holding above the blue line, the net, this market is sideways to higher as the next meaningful direction. It will take a decisive break below this blue line for the market to see a plunge. So in a way, it's like saying, okay, so yeah, market can go any direction, but at least right now we don't see a major sell signal at the very least. And if you're bullish, you have all the reason to be bullish because the market did find support where it needed to find support. Now, by the way, I should point out, we have a daily move above RSI 50, suggesting that the market, if it can hold above the RSI 50 level, having moved above it today for the semiconductor index, then this is suggestive of a close towards the highs of the session. We shall see. Now, again, we can take a look at another aspect of the RSI, and this is the monthly chart. And on the monthly for the semiconductor index, even with the recent market pullback, we continue seeing a strong market because the RSI continues to hold above that magic number of 69.1, and it continues to hold above that level, going all the way back to about mid of June, which is this area here, which also happens to correspond with a monthly price breakout. So in a sense, we can see that the market, even with the pullback that we're experiencing in the last week or so, towards the end of October, the market has yet to really break. And we can say from a generic understanding that as long as the semiconductor index is holding above RSI 69.1, then this market continues yet again to favor, at the very worst, sideways a market, or let's say even a market that should see a push to the upside as long as the RSI on the monthly is holding above RSI 69.1. Also, we can say net that this continues to be a successful monthly breakout as of the last as of the last 2 days, which is the first couple of trading sessions for the month of November, we can say that this is now a fresh breakout, as long as the semiconductor index is also holding above August 2020's monthly closing high. So you take all these things, the daily and the monthly, and by the way, take a look at a long-term monthly chart, and I want to sensitize you to some areas on the chart. Now, this is not my opinion, and it is not your opinion. I'm just going to highlight some areas on the chart here to understand, help us understand how markets respond. Now, we know that the late 90s were very strong area of the market. Take a look at where your RSI was trading in the late 90s, capturing this nice acceleration. Take a look at this other period here, where the RSI again on the monthly was holding above that magic sweet number of RSI 69.1. And this again corresponds with another phase where the market saw another strong push in the semiconductors. And again, we see the similar behavior here. Another strong RSI push above 69.1 on the monthly. Now remember, this is a monthly chart, so this can take years. As long as the RSI is holding above 69.1, you can get emphasis and the market telling you where you should be putting your money for maximum momentum. So again, without knowing what the future holds, what we do know is right now we have another instant where the RSI for now is holding above 69.1. And if that's the case, we know we can hold our nose and assume that the market should be stable to bullish. And we also know that it would take a move below RSI 69.1 for the market to give us the opposite bearish look whenever that happens. And this would be similar to the market dropping below 69.1 as of mid-2000, market dropping below RSI 69.1 in 2015 there, market dropping below 69.1 as far as the semiconductor index is concerned as of late 2018. Oh, by the way, we can see RSI 69.1 rejection at the beginning of this year, which, by the way, if you are wondering, captured this massive pullback as of early 2020. So there you have it. From an educational standpoint, we see that the bears do have a lot of work to do before they can break this market. Can the bears take hold of the market? Yes. But as of this very moment, in the here and now, we haven't seen that yet. Eric Muathe, and so it is. E as C S. Love, light, like love. Namaste.